Hey guys, it's Miss Johnson, and I am here to bring you our notes for this is actually Unit 3 Learning Target 4. So that 3 didn't get changed, my apologies. We are on Learning Target 4 today, but the nice thing about Learning Target 4 is that we're still doing more factoring with the reverse box method today. So we're just going to spend a whole nother day practicing that same factoring method that we were using yesterday. So nothing new today, which is nice. We're just doing some extra examples and some more practice with the same method. So we're on Learning Target 4, but we're still factoring using the reverse box. So here's that step-by-step process that we talked about in our last lesson. We're going to set up and solve the x, then we're going to use those 4 factors that we have to fill in the box, then we're going to pull out the GCF, and then we're going to write our binomials, our factors as 2 binomials multiplied together. All right, let's do some practice here. So remember, we're starting with 3 terms. We have a standard quadratic. Our standard quadratic looks like ax squared plus bx plus c. And our standard quadratic is written with only 3 terms. Now, in order to factor it, we need to split apart this b so that it is 4 terms. Ax squared plus b1 of x plus b2 times x plus c. So we're really taking this bx and we're splitting it apart, okay? That's what we have to do there. So that's our method, that's our process, that's what we're doing today. We want to go to 4 terms so that we can fill in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that we can fill in our box and factor from there. All right, so the first thing that we have to do is figure out how do we strategically split that middle term. And the way we do that is by taking a times c, which in this case a is 1, b is 10, c is 16. So 1 times 16 is 16, that goes on the top. The b term is 10, that goes on the bottom. Then we ask ourselves what gives us a product of 16 and a sum of 10 at the same time. And the answer here is 8 and 2. 8 times 2 is 16, 8 plus 2 is 10. So I'm going to split apart that 10x. I keep this, I keep that, and my new polynomial looks like this. X squared plus 8x, that comes from here, plus 2x plus 16. So this stayed, and this split. Now remember, if I were to go back and combine like terms, 8 plus 2 gives me the 10, so I haven't changed the value of the polynomial at all. All I've done is split it apart so that where it was 3 terms, now it's 4 terms. And the reason I do that is because now I can fill it into the box. So my terms look like x squared plus 8x plus 2x plus 16. And then I find those GCFs. So let's look for the GCFs here. From x squared and 8x, I can take out an x. From 2x and 16, I can divide out a 2. From x squared and 2x, I can take out an x. And from 8x and 16, I can take out an 8. So these things become our factors, and they look like x plus 8 times x plus 2. Remember that it does not matter which order you write those in, as long as you keep the x and the 2 together and then x and the 8 together. These 2 things could switch in order, and that would be the same answer. But that thing in the purple box right there, that is your factored form of the expression. Remember, the art of factoring is taking apart a product. That's the point of it. We need to take our product, this is the product up here, and we need to take it apart into its 2 factors. All right, let's try the next one. So in the next one, I've got an a value of 4, I've got a b value of 4, and I've got a c value of -3. So in my factor x, 4 times -3 is -12. The middle term is 4. I've got a negative there, so I need to have one negative number and one positive number when I am going to set up that, or when I'm going to solve that x. Because that's the only way to multiply and get a negative, is if you have one negative and one positive. So in this case, my 2 factors are -6 and +2. Ooh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's a +6 and a -2. Come on, Johnson. positive 6 times negative 2 is negative 12, and positive 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay, because I want a positive 4 in the middle, so I needed my 6 to be the positive one. Remember that we're going to then turn that polynomial into something with 4 terms, so I'm going to keep the first and I'm going to keep the last, and I'm going to split apart that middle. So I've got 4x squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 3. So then I can go ahead and fill them in the box. Remember that this is just like when we would multiply in the last unit. In unit 2, we talked about multiplying binomials together, and we put them on the outside, and then we found the products on the inside, and then we combined like terms. All we're simply doing is undoing that process. We are going backwards. All right, let's find our like terms. From 4x squared and 6x, I can actually take out a 2x there. From negative 2x minus 3, I'm going to take out a negative 1. We talked yesterday about how if your terms are both negative, you can take that negative out with it. However, 2 and 3 don't have any other numbers in common, so all I'm going to take out there is a 1. From the 4x squared and the negative 2x, I'm going to take out a 2x. And then from the 6x and the negative 3, I'm going to take out a 3. So my factors are these and these. They look like 2x minus 1 and 2x plus 3. That's the factored form of the expression, 2 factors being multiplied together. All right, let's take a look at the next one. I've got x squared minus x minus 12. So my A is 1, my B is negative 1, and my C is negative 12. Here is the factor x. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. Middle term is negative 1. Things that multiply to negative 12 and add to negative 1 are a negative 4 and positive 3. So split that guy off. I've got x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 12. Now I'm going to set up my box and dump those 4 terms in there. So now that I've gone from 3 terms to 4 terms, I can put those 4 terms into the 4 spots inside my box. And then pull out the GCFs. So in this case, x and negative 4x, I can take out an x. 3x and negative 12, I can take out a 3. From the first column, x squared and 3x, I can take out an x. And from the second column, negative 4x and negative 12, again, notice that there's negatives in both of those, so I know I'm going to need to pull that negative out, and I get a negative 4 there. So my factored form looks like x plus 3 and x minus 4. There it is. Remember, keep these together, keep those together. All right, let's take a look at number 4. This one, I have an A value of 3, a B value of 13, and a C value of 12. So when I set up my box, 3 times 12 gives me 36. Middle term, 13. 36 has quite a few factor pairs. There's a bunch of different pairs that multiply to give me 36. It could be 1 and 36. It could be 2 and 18. It could be 3 and 12. It could be 4 and 9, or it could be 6 and 6. All of those are factor pairs of 36. Now, which one of them is going to add to give me 13? This gives me 37. This gives me 19. This gives me, or sorry, that gives me 20. Hello. This one gives me 19. Here's my 13. This one gives me 12, so that's not it. So it's got to be this guy right here, 4 and 9. So 4 and 9 are my 2 options. I'm going to split that 13 apart into 4x and 9x. That gives me 3x squared plus 4x plus 9x plus 12. And then when I put those inside the box, it looks like this. 3x squared, 4x, 9x, and 12. And I look for those GCFs. From 3x squared and 4x, I've got an x. From 9x and 12, I can take out a 3 there. 9 and 12 have a common factor of 3. From this first column, 3x squared and 9x, I can do a 3 and an x. And from this second column, 4x and 12, I can do a 4. So here's my factors. Let's put those together. I've got x plus 3 and 3x plus 4. There's my factored form. Next two, 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. So here's my a, here's my b, here's my c, here's my factor x. 6 times 2 is 12. Middle term is 7. What gives me a product of 12 and a sum of 7? That's going to be 3 and 4. So I have 6x squared plus, split apart that 7, 3x plus 4x plus, keep that 2 inside the box. That's 6x squared, 3x, 4x, and 2. And then I look for those like terms. 6x squared and 3x gives me 3x. 4x and 2, or not like terms, sorry, GCFs. Look for those GCFs. So the GCF of 6x squared and 3x is a 3x. The GCF of 4x and 2 is a 2. The GCF of 6x squared and 4x is 2x. And the GCF of 3x and 2 is just a 1. Nothing in common there, beyond a 1. So I've got that. I've got that. And then I have 3x plus 2, and my other factor is 2x plus 1. That's my factored form. Number 6. My A value here is 1, B value is 9, C value is 20. So in my factor x, 1 times 20 is 20. Middle term is 9. What gives me a product of 20 and a sum? Product of 20 and a sum of 9 is going to be 5 and 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9. So split apart that 9x in the middle and put those 5x and 4x in between. X squared plus 5x plus 4x plus 20. Sorry, I'm not writing my pluses very well there. Sorry about that. Here's the box. Boom, boom. I've got x squared, 5x, 4x, and 20. GCFs. X squared and 5x, I can take out an x. 4x and 20, I can take out a 4. X squared and 4x, I can take out an x. And 5x and 20, I can take out a 5. So here's that, here's that. I end up with x plus 4 and x plus 5 for my factored form. A couple more examples we're going to look at here. Number 7, I've got an A value of 1, a B value of -1, and a C value of -20. So 1 times -20 gives me -20, middle term -1. This is very similar to what we looked at last, except now we're at a -20. So that means I need a -5 and a +4, because -5 times 4 is -20, -5 plus 4 is -1. So split apart that middle, that gives me x squared minus 5x plus 4x minus 20. If I put that inside the box, they look like this: x squared, -5x, +4x, -20. Like terms, x squared and 5x have an x. 4x and -20 have a 4. X squared and 4x have an x. -5x and -20 have a -5 this time, because they both have a negative in front, so I got to take it out. So my factors are right there. They look like x plus 4, x minus 5. One more time, folks. My leading coefficient here is 1. Middle term is 10, C term is 24. In my factor x, that looks like 1 times 24, which is 24, and middle term being 10. And then I have a product of 24 and a sum of 10. Product of 24 and sum of 10 is going to be 6 and 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 4 is 10. Split that 10 apart. I've got x squared plus 6x plus 4x plus 24. Those 4 go inside the box. X squared, 6x, 4x, 24. Look for your like terms. X squared and 6x have an x. 4x and 24 have a 4. I keep saying like terms, you guys. I'm sorry. I mean, look for your GCFs. You're looking for GCFs there. Goodness gracious. So x squared and 4x, I have an x. And 6x and 24, I have a 6. So factor 1, factor 2, it looks like this. X plus 4 times x plus 6. And there you have it. All right, so hopefully that was just a few more rounds of practice for factoring using the reverse box, meaning we put those products on the inside and pull the GCFs to the outside and then turn those GCFs into factors. Hopefully that helps you out. We are going to go ahead and be done for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.